What's going on, guys? This is Joe, and I am back for the last of our Guilds of Ravnica pre-release pack openings, at least the individual ones. So, we have done Boros, Dimir. We mixed it up a little bit because alphabetical order is hard, apparently. Izzet, Golgari, and now we are back with the finale, which is Selesnya, again, for no other reason than because I decided to go in somewhat alphabetical order. Hopefully you guys have seen the other videos. You can check them out. I would say, I think that the Ravnica Allegiance openings, since we did those first, despite that Guilds was older, I think those were a little bit more successful in terms of the value that was opened. But I think they've all been fun. I mean, I open these because this is my favorite type of sealed product. I love it, and it's why I do it. Again, as we kind of did with the Simic ones in the Ravnica Allegiance openings, the Selesnya die is a little less interesting, only because, in my opinion, of course, only because of the fact that the D20 is basically just a green D20 from when they would just have, you know, one of each color. And that's upsetting because the other ones were so unique and interesting. So here is the little insert that you get. You can separate your sideboard and your deck. We get a code. I don't think it works, but to be fair, if I don't think it works, then it's not going to work for me anyway. So I might as well give everyone a try. I genuinely don't think these work anymore because it's been a while. But feel free if it actually works out. And that is on the back of an insect token. So there's that. And you have this little insert thing that they give you to help you make your deck if it is your first time at a pre-release, because go to pre-release. Just go to them. They're amazing. You should totally go. And our promo foil, rare or mythic, is a Bounty of Might. So this was nice to get at pre-release itself. I guess I'll open the packaging, but there's the foiling pattern, which is very, very nice. But yeah, 6 mana, target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Like, you could put it on one guy and just give it +9/+9, or you could spread it out. And kind of either way, your opponent was probably not going to win that game. So, yeah. But here's the Bounty of Might. Very nice opener. We have a Selesnya Locket. A Flower Flourish is our uncommon split card from our seeded pack. If you're unfamiliar, this is the seeded pack. It is the pack of only Selesnya cards so that it can help you make your deck a little bit. Might of the Masses. And again, I say only Selesnya cards. This could go in Golgari, technically, but it's in the Selesnya pack. And a great uncommon. World Soul Colossus. A Vernati Shieldmate. Excuse me, a Healer's Hawk. Pax Favor with Convoke, so it does have the Selesnya ability on it. Luminous Bonds, very nice removal spell. Iron Shell Beetle. Generous Stray. These are fine low-drop creatures. You get enough of these out. I mean, these help with Convoke. That's important. You can get out your World Soul Colossuses, or Colossi. Here's a 10th District Guard. Luxodon Restorer. Centaur Peacemaker. This is, I think, the least good of the two, like, common centaurs, just because each player gains 4 life, but I guess the idea is, you know, you're going to get out a lot bigger creatures later, so it's not a huge deal if you make your opponent gain life. And a Selesnya Guildgate. The more of these we have, the easier it will be to cast our spells. And now we have just generic Guilds of Ravnica packs. Let's see what's in them. Let's see if we can put together a nice Selesnya deck, do the rares and mythics and uncommons, pull us in a different direction. I don't think we've heavily or at all deviated from the color that has been given to us in the kit at all yet. And I don't think I'd really want to, but we shall see. So we start with a Wojek Bodyguard, a Take Heart. So even though this is a Boros card, I use this a lot in Boros. Again, it's white, so we can use it here for Selesnya. No rules against that. A Radical Idea, another PAX favor, Child of Night, Goblin Electromancer, Siege Worm. I was just going to say, it's nice that we're getting all these like pump effects, but we're going to need some creatures, and this is a very good one. It's 7 mana for a 5/5 trample, but it has Convoke, so that's kind of the idea. We can use those Generous Strays and Iron Shell Beetles to get this guy out a little bit earlier. We have a Boros Locket, Notion Rain, good card, not for us. Glaive of the Guild Pact. So we don't really have a ton of gates yet. I mean, we're going to have 6, and maybe if we weirdly get like a foil. So this is for the gates deck, and it's a great card. So I doubt we're going to be using it. And it's our first uncommon. We have a Sunhome Stalwart, again, clearly a Boros card. It's got the Boros watermark. It's got Mentor. We can still play it. It's a mono white card. We have a Wee Dragonauts, and our rare or mythic is... Wow. Wow. Very nice. We could probably splash black for her. That's not that hard. But here is Vraska, Golgari Queen. Very, very cool. Obviously, she would rather be in a Golgari deck, but we have Vraska, so we could totally play her. She's a Planeswalker. You know, if we get a Golgari Guildgate, might not be a bad idea to try to include her, because Planeswalkers, man. Behind Vraska, we have a foil as well. We have a foil common in Dimir Informant. Very cool. This one, probably not as, you know, able to be played as Vraska, but still, nice foil common. I like the foiling pattern of at least of the letter that it looks like she's putting in her pocket here. We have another Selesnya Guildgate, not bad at all, and an Elf Knight token. We might actually end up needing that. Then we have a Dimir Agent pack next. And in this pack, we have an Unexplained Disappearance with, you guys can see that, right? A little bit of damage randomly at the top there. But Unexplained Disappearance, Cosmotronic Wave, Intrusive Pack Beast, very nice card. I like this card a lot. Radical Idea, Severed Strands, a Wild Ceratok, could totally go in. We need creatures, we were talking about that. Deadly Visit, nice removal spell, not for us though. Iron Shell Beetle again, sure. Rosemane Centaur, this is the Centaur that I was saying I appreciated more than the other one, and that art is insane. Oh my god, so good. Garrison Sergeant, Gatekeeper Gargoyle, another uncommon for the Gates deck, interestingly enough. Crawl Swarm, and Enhanced Surveillance. Not a ton for us so far in this pack, but our rare or mythic, maybe that'll help us out. It is... Nope, it does not help us out. It is a Gruesome Menagerie. Even if we're splashing black, this is double black, so that would be kind of tough. But we could do it if we really had to. Also, I love whoever it was, because it was not me, who mentioned that it totally looks like a Ninja Turtle is rising from the grave, which I love. We have a Boros Guildgate and an Insect token. Still no ways to help us cast Vraska. There was not, as I said, a ton for us in that last pack. There was like an Iron Shell Beetle and some other stuff, but yeah, we're going to need a little bit more help than that, Pax, if you could maybe cooperate. We have a Pass Wall Adept, a Maximize Velocity, Healer's Hawk. That's a nice piece of help. I like this card quite a bit. I'll play basically all of those that I open. Dazzling Lights, a Bartizan Bats, Dev Karen Dissident. We haven't gotten one of these yet. It's a nice mana sink for later. It's a good early drop to help you convoke out some of your bigger stuff. So yeah, that's a fine, fine card. Izzet Locket, Deadly Visit again. Damn. Tempting. Another Iron Shell Beetle. Okay. A Parhelion Patrol. Nice card. Might of the Masses again. Interesting. Okay. This could work quite well, but here's our second Might of the Masses and our first uncommon in this pack. A Rampaging Monument, another piece of the Gates deck. My goodness. Or is this... No, this is not. Well, I don't know. It cares about multicolored spells. I'm thinking of the other Gatekeeper Colossus or whatever it is. But still. And we have a Street Riot. And our rare or mythic in this pack is a Venerated Loxodon. Very nice. It's a Convoke card. It's a rare. It's a Selesnya card. Perfect. Exactly what we were looking for. Nice. I asked for a little bit of help, and it gave us a little bit of help. I appreciate that. Behind the Venerated Loxodon, we have a Dimir Guildgate and a Soldier token. So while the Dimir Guildgate has part black, so technically we can use that to help us cast Vraska, it's because of that, it's not better than just a swamp, because we want the Golgari Guildgate so that it's green-black, so that we can also use it to pay green mana. Anyway, we have a Selesnya pack next with Imara on the front. So, oh, wow, okay. That one ripped weirdly. Anyway, on the inside, we have a Vidalcan Mesmerist, Fearless Halberdier, a Righteous Blow, fine combat trick to deal some damage to attackers or blockers. We have a Leapfrog, Veiled Shade, Crawl Foragers, fine card. It's an Undergrowth, it's a Golgari, but it could still work for us. Deadweight, Undercity Uprising. Again, if we're playing Vraska, I would probably consider putting this in there as well. Parhelion Patrol, Boros Locket, and Affectionate Indrik. Very nice uncommon. I like this card quite a bit. A little expensive, but that's kind of what Selesnya is trying to do, and we have a ton of smaller creatures as well to kind of hold us down until we get this far along so that we can play this guy and have it fight and etc. And don't forget, while the fight trigger is on the stack, we can use any and all of our like myriad of pump effects to make this guy big enough to kill basically almost anything. So, we have a Boros Challenger as our second uncommon, and a Dimir Spybug, nice cards, as our third, and our rare or mythic is a Light of the Legion. It's a Boros watermark, but it is mono white. We can totally play this card, and I would, because even just as a 5/5 flying for 6, like, sure, Mentor, and it's got a Dies trigger, like, that's amazing. I will definitely have this card in a Selesnya deck. Why not? Behind it, an Izzet Guildgate and a Goblin token. We have one pack left. I feel like we have enough to make a good Selesnya deck, but I can't promise it. I'll have to... I mean, you guys will know, like, as soon as I'm done opening this pack, because I'll cut right to it, but it's going to take me a minute to figure this out, I feel like. But we shall see. We have a Cosmotronic Wave. Sworn Companions, very nice. It's one card that makes 2 creatures for Convoke, that's great. Wall of Mist, Vigor Spore Worm, again, it's got Undergrowth, it's Golgari, but it's green, we can still play it. Burglar Rat, Command the Storm, Capture Sphere, Golgari Locket. This, technically a way to cast Vraska, sure. It could work if we need it, if we're desperate. Maniacal Rage, Hired Poisoner, Rock Charger, very nice first uncommon for us. Very, very good. A Crackling Drake, not so much for us. 2 colors that we're not in, but a fine card nonetheless. And a Swath Cutter Giant, also not for us. And our rare or mythic, our last rare or mythic, is... Whoa! Okay. Well, we're probably not playing it. God, interesting. Yeah, I got some interesting choices to make. But hey, from a value perspective, very nice. I guess the kit heard me where I was like, Ravnica Allegiance was better. They were like, fine, have 2 really good mythics. Okay, sure, thank you. I appreciate it. Plus the art, I mean, it's so gorgeous. And the card is amazing. So yeah, then we got an Arclight Phoenix. Why not? And our, behind it, I guess, do we have anything else? No, we do not. We have a Boros Guildgate and an Elf Knight token. Guys, I will be back in a second once I figure out what the hell I'm going to do with this deck. So, here's what we came up with. there is no splash, because even though we got thrown a curveball at the end with the Arclight Phoenix, our red was very bad. Our Boros was okay, but our red was very bad. And so, and we did have 2 Boros Guild Gates as well. We had no Golgari Guild Gates, 1 Golgari Locket for trying to play Vraska. It didn't work out. Also, for those, eagle-eyed of you out there, you'll notice there are a lot of cards on this table, like a lot more than like 23, and even if you don't count these. That's because this is what I have so far. And I figured I'd talk out my thought process from this point so that you guys can see kind of what I do. I've got all of my quote-unquote playables. My white was amazing. There's 1 white card that I'm not playing in the 10th District Guard that I opened, mono white at least. Otherwise, every other white card that I opened is here, which again, you may say that that is incorrect and that I should take some out, and that's fine. I do have a lot of combat tricks. I've got 2 Might of the Masses, I've got a Righteous Blow, and I've got a Take Heart all at 1 mana. And I've got a Pax Favor at 3 that can be convoked. I've got this Bounty of Might, which is not, which is an instant, so it can totally be used as a combat trick, but still not really. And then we've got Flourish, not a combat trick, but a sorcery that can give my whole team +2/+2 until end of turn, which I'm kind of middling on this one, to be honest. I think I could take that one out. It's 6 mana, and we've got other ways of making our creatures bigger and scary and etc. I mean, we've got a nice amount of flying as well, between Light of the Legion, 2 Parhelion Patrols, a Rock Charger, and 2 Healer's Hawks. I think our flying is really nice. I mean, we're in part white, so it kind of makes sense. But I think that's really good. I think the higher mana costing things makes sense because a lot of them have Convoke. Both of these, we have an X in World Soul Colossus and a 7 in Siege Worm, plus the Luxodon Restorer as well. The Light of the Legion and the Affectionate Indrik are not at both 6 mana, so that's a little rough, but still, I think we can get some help with that. Plus the Rosemane Centaur and the Venerated Luxodon at 5 are. So what do I take out? Right? I was thinking maybe the Restorer, because it's at 6. It sucks to try to remove creatures, but at the same time, we don't have a lot of non-creature spells. We do have triple Iron Shell Beetle, so I'm totally okay with removing one. If you're asking so that you don't have to sit there and count, there are 29 non-land cards on the table, so we would need to get rid of about 6, which is a lot, to be fair. And you could argue that we only need to get rid of 5 and play 16 land because there's a lot of Convoke and a lot of low drop creatures. And I mean, I could be here for that argument. If that's the case, then maybe we keep Flower Flourish. I don't see the Flower side as being playable. The only time I feel like I would play Flower is if I have 1 land and no others, and then I need to use Flower to get my 2nd land. Otherwise, I can't imagine why I would play it. I would just wait until I had 6 mana for Flourish, and that's why I'm saying I don't know that it's good enough, because we have a lot of 1-drop or 1 mana +1/+1 or +X/+X abilities at the non-creature slot. So I'm not so sure. You guys tell me what you think. I think we got to start cutting some creatures. I just don't know which ones. I think all of these are good enough. You could say like Sunhome Stalwart. I just like its Mentor ability, because we have cards like Healer's Hawk. And I think using Mentor on things like Parhelion Patrol, Light of the Legion, Sunhome Stalwart on these Healer's Hawks can be amazing, because we get them out early, we get in for some early damage, gain some life, and then later on we just make them huge, and then they're just very, very difficult to deal with, to the point where if they are dealt with, then our opponent can't deal with things like Parhelion Patrol and Light of the Legion later on. So this is what I have so far. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the opening. Did we get super lucky with that Arclight Phoenix and Vraska opening? I was super happy about it. And let us know what you thought of these in general. We will be back with more of these once War of the Spark comes out. Hopefully you enjoyed, and maybe we will have, for our next opening, a little bit of a surprise. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. From the Geek for All YouTube channel, I have been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.